Oh,
And then I'll show you how to put it in the oven after we get it going.
All right.
Next will be vanilla, just a couple dashes of vanilla to get it going. Then we put in the Italian ricotta cheese.
Is this what makes it the Italian style
This one
cheesecake?
makes it that, and of course I will never recommend what brand other than Sargento. That's probably the best one to use. Probably just about a half a container is plenty.
You've clearly made this before because you seem to be able to eyeball the amounts of all the ingredients.
And you just pick up the pace. Now, when the holidays come, a lot of times you want to do something different. Like maybe in October or something, you want to do Halloween, you like pumpkin cheesecake. Instead of the ricotta cheese, just pumpkin pie filling.
But not both.
Drop it in.
Okay.
If you have Elvis Presley coming over for the night, he likes peanut butter, drop peanut butter in. You know, that goes well.
And bananas.
And bananas. If you like chocolate chip, just drop chocolate chips in. But when you do the chocolate chip, you got to flour them first.
Okay.
Or else they'll all sink to the bottom.
So if you just kind of like it plain, or maybe less Italian style, could you just skip the ricotta, and would it still turn out okay?
But
or
I would say put in sour cream, just to give it some, it sort of smooths out the batter. Now, when I'm almost done, I'll go ahead and put the flour in. Now, this is where you might want to really get back.
To a slower speed, so we're not both covered in flour.
Yeah. Usually 4 tablespoons will be plenty. That'll thicken the batter just the way you want it.
Okay.
And then you bring it up again to a high temperature.
Because the timing of cheesecake is important too, isn't it, in terms of how you cool it? Because I've made some before, and they look nice and fluffy, and then they sink like a souffle.
The secret is when you, after you've made it, you put it in the oven for an hour at 350, shut the oven off, and let it stay in the oven for an additional half hour.
Okay.
With the oven off, and it'll settle by itself. When you take it out and shake it, that's where the problem starts.
I might have shaken it.
And the cheesecake's done.
Pretty simple. You've already got the oven now preheating here. You said 350 for an hour, huh?
For an hour.
Okay. Do you have the tools that you need?
Yes.
You need a scraper here? You got one already? Now, why do you like to make cheesecake?
It's very popular. My dad brought this from Italy when he came over. The recipe, as a matter of fact, he probably had a cheesecake in the back of his car. But he, you know, my dad, he always, every time he came to America, he came over in his Lamborghini because he didn't go anywhere without it. So when he came to New York on the boat, he came off the boat and he didn't have any money, I guess. He said he didn't have any money, so he went to the bank and he borrowed $5,000. And the bank says, well, we need some collateral. So they let him, they said, okay, we'll take your car, but it can have to pay $5,000 plus the interest, which was $80 then. He said, how long are you going to stay? He said, 21 days. Well, after 21 days, he came back, paid the bill, paid the interest, and the banker said, you know, we checked you out, and you're pretty wealthy. Why would you want to borrow? He said, listen, where can an Italian guy come to New York, park his car for 21 days for $75?
I should have seen that one coming. I should have seen that one coming. That's a good one. Hey, what's that? What are you doing
Now what
there?
I'm doing is I'm putting it into a water bath.
Why?
So this way here, when it cooks, it'll cook even all the way through.
That's going in the oven too?
Just like that, in the water bath. If you don't, it'll crack. It'll crack when you cook it. So if you put it in the water bath, then it's got the equal temperature of all sides, not top and bottom, all sides.
I thought that's how you knew it was done. When it cracked on top. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, that's why I like to top my cheesecakes, to cover all that stuff.
Well, you can do that too if you burn it, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, I usually get them before they're burned. But
And that's
just
it?
cracked and sunken in.
Yes, but don't
I don't
shake
think
it.
I've been making cheesecake at all.
But don't shake it.
All right, we've got a lot. Cillizza.
That's good. I like
Anybody ever
that.
said that to you before?
No, do we shop at the same place? I was just wondering. I want people to
I
think,
think we
you
both
know.
want to appear slim on television.
Well, it's the color, you know. I've got butter going right now. Going to saute the bacon, Canadian bacon, and Virginia ham.
All righty. A little international carbonara.
Yes. And you can put as much as you want, you know, as you go along, but you're going to saute that, and that'll take a few minutes.
But we should tell people it looks like it's cooked already.
Well, the bacon's already cooked.
Yeah.
And the Canadian bacon's already cooked. The Virginia ham, you're going to cook it right now.
Okay.
But when you get ham, it's already smoked, so it's already halfway there already.
Right. So it's just all kind of heating it together.
Yeah, heating it together.
All right. Now, you know, you already wowed us with your contraption for the cheesecake, the water bath. And I'm wondering what's going on here, because you've got...
That's going to be for the pasta when I put the pasta in here.
Okay.
When you make pasta at home, a lot of people will tell you put olive oil in the water, put butter in the water.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Why?
Well, one, because you can't nest the pasta. What I've done is there's one order, all stuck together.
Oh, I gotcha.
But the reason why you don't do that, because your sauce your spaghetti sauce or whatever, once you've drained it and you put it in the dish, it'll slide right off the pasta. It won't stick to it because you've coated it with olive oil or butter.
That makes sense.
So don't do that.
All right, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves because we're not really supposed to be talking about the carbonara yet because we have to make our garlic bread.
That's why.
I know, I'm preoccupied with it.
Okay, I've got 1 pound block of butter. I'm going to add Parmesan cheese, probably about a ½ a cup. Then I'm going to add a little bit of oregano, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of onion powder.
It's stuck. There you go.
Salt and pepper to taste, and fresh garlic. We're going to whip that together.
Can I ask a silly question?
Yeah.
Where's the bread?
It's right behind me.
All right. Should I get it?
Will you get the bread for me, please?
I would love to get the bread for you.
That's all right.
And some provolone cheese.
Right.
Is that provolone? Am I
yes.
looking at that right? Get this stuff out of the way since we're finished with that.
It's nice to have hired help.
Hired help?
Okay, now, took my spatula away. Okay.
You know, I'm happy to be the helper if I can.
Now, this is the Italian way of making garlic bread, is you're going to go ahead, you're going to put it between all the slices of bread.
Oh, man, this smells so good.
You want to shake that pan? Could you do that?
Yeah, I do. I feel compelled to move it around.
Okay. Just like at home, she's starting to learn.
I'm dropping things on the floor. Get something else. Okay. So you slice the bread, but not all the way through.
Not all the way through, because you want to like pass the bread and break it family style.
Right.
Then between
break bread with the family.
There it is.
Especially at Christmas.
Then I'm going to put the provolone cheese between each slice.
Gosh. And then I'm going to guess this is going in the oven too?
Yes. Yes.
And how long will this stay in the oven?
About 15 minutes, that's all.
Just it all melts together. All right, well, we'll go ahead and finish that other loaf, and then when we come back, we'll put the carbonara together.
You got it. There it is.
Okie dokie. Restaurant inside the Sheraton Hotel right there at Waterside in Norfolk. You've done a couple things during the commercial. First of all, check out those cheesecakes that have come out of the oven. You've already started to decorate one, but I know that Cheryl and Kelly and I are going to help you do some decorating
That's
too. That's
going to be your banana split cheesecake.
Banana split cheesecakes. All right, he's brought a lot of toppings. You hear that, guys? We get to take a piece of cheesecake and decorate it the way we want. And you've also done a couple of things during the commercial for our carbonara. So
went ahead and put heavy whipping cream in, just enough just to cover the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
That'll get you started.
So this isn't, this isn't something that you'd want to eat every day, because I noticed that you didn't drain the pan because the flavor's in there, right?
Oh, right.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and put the Parmesan cheese in.
By the way, I want to tell you, I don't usually touch the oven over here, but I had to find the oven light just so I could look at how the bread is coming along. And the cheese is melting out of the middle, and it looks fantastic. We'll take that out in just a little bit.
As I said, you have to go ahead and shock your pasta.
Shock it.
Hit it in hot water just for a minute.
Okay, because that was cooked ahead of time.
Yes.
Now, how come you're putting the pasta in with the sauce? Why is it important to do that versus putting the pasta in a dish and then pouring the sauce on top of it?
You want to try to mix it together. That's the whole purpose of carbonara. You have to coat everything. And then you need more of the Parmesan cheese. You just have to keep on looking till the cheese starts sticking to the pasta.
Yep. All right, well, you're working on that, and I know there's one more step, right, that you do at the last minute with the egg?
Last minute,
Okay.
Okay. Now it's ready, and I'll shut it off. Then I'll drop in 1 egg, and that gives it the nice golden color. See the color it's changing? Look at that. Isn't that something?
Yes.
Say goodbye to your diet.
And that'll, today, definitely.
It's ready to serve.
But it's not a little dangerous to put a raw egg in there?
No, it's just cooking right now.
Okay, I knew you'd have an answer.
Yes.
I wasn't afraid to ask you the question.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
All right, let's bring in someone else from Sheraton Hotels now. Joshua Ha. I tried to call you the Supreme Allied Commander of Food and Drink because we got a military thing going on over here, but you just settled for Director. Very modest.
Right. That'll work.
You've brought some things that we can enjoy. Now, are these selections for just the carbonara, or is there a dessert?
There's a dessert liquor here, too.
Okay.
I brought a couple of wines. The ZD Chardonnay from California. This wine goes so well with the carbonara. It's a big, full-bodied Chardonnay with great acidity, and that's what you look for with pairing wines with food.
Gotcha.
Is having a great acidity to it. Then also, if you want to do red, I brought in a Pinot Noir from, it's Argyle Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley, Oregon, and goes great with the ham and bacon and the carbonara. Also, great acidity wine.
Yeah, because folks will look at this dish and they will you know, they'll feel like they could either do red or white with it. It kind of breaks the rules.
So it's sort of in the middle. So you do either one. And now with the cheesecake, I chose the Godiva liqueur, which is a chocolate, obviously Godiva chocolate, very creamy and rich. So goes great with the cheesecake, being that it's also very creamy and rich. So.
Now, how do you drink that? The Godiva liqueur. I mean, do you just put it on the rocks? Do you mix it with some cream, or?
Yeah, I would recommend either you could drink it straight up, or as my wife prefers, right on the rocks too. So.
Okay. All right.
Cool it down a little bit, and like I said, that creaminess goes so well with that cheesecake.
We'll try to keep Kelly Gator from putting a crazy straw right down into the bottle when she comes over here. I'm just kidding. But we are going to get to, let's talk more about the cheesecake decorating that you...
Okay,
is this something that you let folks do at the Sheridan?
Well,
or is this just special for us?
It's just special for you so you can play part of this and get involved in it. It's all set and ready to go, and here's all the different toppings that you can just imagine what you want to do and just throw it on there and make like a banana split.
And we should talk about how perfect this is because of the techniques that you use, the water bath, and then that the parchment paper lining in the bottom. No cracks in your cheesecake.
None whatsoever, and then you just hit it with powdered sugar. And that's a traditional Italian cheesecake.
All right, beautiful. All right, we're skipping around a little bit between our main course and our dessert here, but look at this bread, John, if you can get a shot of that. Came out of the oven. That provolone cheese coming out over the top. Fantastic.
Goodbye, diet.
Again, I know, just for today, but you know what? It's my birthday.
There it is. Happy
birthday.
So
we'll throw it out the window today.
Good for you.
The restaurant is right in the Sheridan Hotel.
Yes, it is.
So
right on the water.
Sometimes folks may feel like, well, the hotels that are inside restaurants are just for hotel guests. So what do you want people to know about that?
That's a misconception because we have so many guests coming from we call it the carriage straight off the street right in.
Yeah.
And we want that. We want that. Our guests, of course, we take care of them mostly in banquets and all. But as far as the restaurant, it's open to everybody, especially on Thursday nights. Now we have the whole pools open to all the guests in Norfolk. They want to come over and go for a swim and then have some cheesecake and garlic bread and have something in the restaurant and put on some weight.
Yeah, have this, wait 30 minutes, and then swim about 65 laps, and it'll be like it never happened.
Yes.
Guys?
Ferguson and Benson Homes work well together.
We at Benson Homes choose the vendors and suppliers and subs that have the same passion for excellence that we do.
We both provide excellent service, follow-up, and an excellent product.
Just like the professionals at Benson Homes, Ferguson Associates know the process inside and out, so they can guide customers to make sure that they're getting the products that they need and the products that they want.
Your lifestyle, your living space. Benson Homes, Fox 43's first choice.
Benson Homes is a proud sponsor of the Hampton Roads Show on Fox 43.